Hey there, YouTube. We're going to go through your comments and your feedback on the interview I did with Lucas Botkin, formerly of T-Rex Arms. Now, before we get into that, let's talk about why I think it's so interesting. Followers of the channel know that I love this type of drama. I do. I'm not going to lie. I think it's just fascinating. It's super interesting to me. The question might be why? Why do I find it so fascinating? Well, a lot of people, as you know, on the internet, they have strong opinions about a lot of things, strong opinions about a lot of people. Okay. Lucas is one of those guys that he's very polarizing. And again, a lot of people have very, very strong opinions about him. But when you have a situation like is going on now, there's some conflict. I always say it to my friends, I'm like, conflict reveals character. This is where you get to see what's going on with people. And then you can have a strong opinion if you want, but time's going to go on. And in a couple years from now, we're going to see what the correct opinions are right now. Things will be happening over the next couple years. Lucas is starting up new businesses. T-Rex is going to do its thing. There's probably going to be some back and forth between the parties involved in this. And again, you're going to see what people are made of over time. So that's why I think this is so good. It's so good. Now, obviously, if I'm putting money, I would put money on Lucas to be successful. As he moves on and goes and does things, I think T-Rex will probably slowly fade into irrelevancy over time, just because they don't have a lot of dynamic stuff going on over there. They're not stupid, I don't think. But they do need to shake things up. And I don't think they're going to have a compelling story to tell about this. So probably what they'll do is just lay low for a while. And then, after some time passes, try to reestablish some kind of foothold on social media. But again, I don't know. Those players over there are a little bit unknown to me. Lucas, I can say I think he's going to be successful moving forward, especially with the team that he has assembled now. But that's just my opinion. Let's go through the comments. Let's get into your opinions about all this stuff. So good. All right. Got a lot of comments, about 1,000 of them. Let's go ahead and sort them out by top comments. The most liked comments. Ooh, Ben opening with a heater on the 51% bit. Another one, the 51% joke was risky. LMAO. Yeah, okay. So when I think in these type of situations, if somebody's going through a bad time, I think Lucas is went through a bad time and now times are going to start getting good. We just ask a question with a little bit of humor. Hey, let's start a business where I own 51% of it and you do all the work. And you can see he responded with good humor. To me, that was a really good sign. For his state of mind, that he's he can laugh at it a little bit even this early on and just be yep, it's yeah, I think he's probably thinking oh, they got me good. All right, I love this channel so much. I'm watching the video in 320p. Yeah, sorry about that. It was recorded off a Zoom call. Maybe I should get the Primo Zoom and it'll raise the resolution or something. I don't know what the deal was with that. All right. I love how the home gym shows he's not incapable of doing leg day. He simply refuses to do them. Honestly, a power move. Okay, yeah. I've seen a lot of comments like this next one. I wasn't ever really a Lucas fan, but I'm 100% on his side in this whole thing. He's handled the entire thing with nothing but class. Yes. I think you're going to see a lot of that. And this is what I'm saying. Conflict reveals character. This isn't like Lucas prancing around in skinny jeans shooting, or what's some other stuff he's done that people don't like? Oh, maybe make a homophobic remark. How dare he? No, this is real shit. This is you're seeing somebody handle a very bad situation in their life, and to me, he made the power move. Right? He's doesn't have a lot of good options in front of him, picks the best option that's a little bit difficult to execute, right? And he's doing it. So to me, it's like, I don't, from the position he was in, I don't see how he really plays it better, to be honest. Okay. T-Rex didn't want him out. They wanted to benefit from him being the face of the company without having him having any say in the company. Yeah, I guess. But at the end of the day, that doesn't work because he works there. So it's like, then they kind of have to have him out, I would say. Every time Lucas does an interview, he comes off as more and more based, and I love it. Yeah, I've seen some other comments about Lucas maturing. Like, he's not an old guy. Like, he's very early 30s, I think. Let me check. He's 30 right now. Is it born in 94? So that's what they're saying. I think that's right. Maybe he's 31 now. Maybe that's old. Okay, but yeah, I mean, he's not an old guy, and he's going to continue to kind of mellow out. I'm in my 40s now, and I'm still mellowing out a little bit. I used to be a real big twat, like way worse than now. Absolutely. Okay, so the next one. Ranges do suck. Most outdoor ranges are made for zeroing a hunting rifle and nothing else. So this is reacting to Lucas's proposed business where he's going to do ranges where you can actually train. Now, I don't know exactly about all the economics of all that. It really is a super regional thing if you ask me. But as a goal, as a business idea, like a range where you're allowed to go do things, like the anti-FUD range, that would be great. There's nothing that really irritates me more than all these like freedom-loving, like pro 2A people, like, I love my freedom. Then you show up at the range, they're like one shot every 3 seconds. And you can have 5 rounds in the magazine and like dumb shit like that. You're just like, these guys are all talk and this range sucks. All right, 2 guys I used to not be crazy about, but have actually become big fans of after actually listening to them. Yes, well, I appreciate you listening. I think so does Lucas, and I think I'm also a little bit of a polarizing personality on the internet, especially. And it's because if you have an opinion and then people start being reactive to your opinions, or people start being reactive to you, like there's a lot of people like in the competition space that have very emotional reactions to me because they just really hate me. And then it's like, I'll weaponize that. And then other people see that and then they don't like it. But then if you pay attention long enough, you kind of see what's going on. You like it more. All right. Totally, I'm having to reevaluate my prior assumptions. Yes. I always liked Lucas. I'm from South Africa. Served in the British Army 2005 till 2008 after receiving 2 career-ending gunshot wounds in Afghanistan. Jesus, dude. Never find a hole strike at EDC appendix and used to train at the range. I like to train at the range. I like EDC the way reps and muscle. Okay. Until he came out with T-Rex holsters. He couldn't find those. That's nice. Never liked Ben, but I'm having to reevaluate that. Well, that's nice of you. Thank you so much. All right. Seeing Lucas laugh and have fun is a real awesome change. I rarely ever saw him laugh. He was always so serious in his videos. It's good to see him goof. He really is just one of the boys. Yeah. I mean, I've known Lucas a little bit personally for a while. And it's like the stuff that I read online, like he's an extremist. He's in a cult. I've never seen any of that shit. He likes guns and playing video games and whatever. Like he's just like a normal dude, if you ask me. At least that's what I've seen. Nobody invited me to be in a cult. All right, Ben is a surprisingly good interviewer, thoughtful questions, follow-ups, and allows a person to answer. I only say surprisingly since it's not his profession. Yeah, the idea of an interview is like, I want Lucas to talk. And I want him to talk about the issues that people want to hear about, like the real stuff. That's what and it's he can say whatever he wants. If I go into it and it's like, I don't give a shit what happens, I'm just also looking to be engaged and entertained, and just kind of like watch the spectacle of the interview, because that's where I'm at. Well, then that'll make it good. Because like Lucas is an interesting guy. He's going to make it interesting if you just let him talk. From his family's perspective, Lucas found Yoko Ono and she caused the family to break up. From Lucas's perspective, we were already dysfunctional and she pointed it out. Yeah, and I have to say, like, as an outsider, I would agree with Lucas's perspective, right? Because, there's too many facts that are in that direction, let's say. Like, years before he met his wife, he'd already been swindled out of control of his business, right? That had already happened. So it's like, there we go. All right, I was wondering about Brantley. Really good to hear him going with Lucas. He got me to test the waters in competition, specifically at EPA, having a blast finding my way into competition with purpose. Thank you, Ben, for getting us information, underrated content, as always. You're very welcome. And I agree. When you see Lucas is wise and taking Brantley with him, like, that's not a stupid move. Again, like, it's pretty easy to look at this and be like, I think Lucas is going to be pretty successful moving forward. Okay, this channel reminds me of an old school YouTube, and I love it. Well, this is old school YouTube, baby. There's no production value here. There's no editing. None of that shit. Basically, this has to be very low effort for me so I can actually do it, and I don't want to make it into a big thing with production value because I don't have time for it. All right, Lucas has an incredible amount of consumer support. Yeah, he does. He really does. And he's captured a lot of attention, has a lot of eyes on him. All right, that means as he starts releasing products that he wants to sell, people will at least want to take a look at them, if not outright buy them. Getting called maidenless by Lucas Botkin was not on my 2025 bingo card. Yeah, that was a little funny bit there where Lucas was saying, like, a lot of these guys like don't have women. And I mean, there's probably a little truth to that there's guys that can't get women or don't have women or whatever that have real strong opinions about women. In my experience, most of those guys are one blowjob away from engaging in a lot of behavior that they swore off. That's what I see. Next video, beginner drills for navigating awkward family gatherings and holidays. I think there may not be big family gatherings over there for a while. All right, Ben is here for the drama. I'm here for Ben. Yeah, I'm not going to pretend I don't love the drama stuff. I think it's real good shit. Again, especially this kind of drama. Because, again, this whole T-Rex arms, Lucas, this stuff, people have had real strong opinions about it for years. All right, real strong. And now it's conflict. Now we get to see what's really going on. And then over the next couple of years, we're going to check the scoreboard. And we'll see how Lucas's brands are doing and his whole thing. And we'll see how T-Rex is doing. There we go. I also dated my wife for a year. Literally proposed on the anniversary of our first date. If you're both dating with the intention of finding a spouse, which we were, a year is not crazy short. No, I agree with that. I don't think that's crazy. 20 minutes in, and I like Lucas way more than I ever expected. Yes, guys, like, Lucas is likable. I think it's difficult. I mean, especially for him, like, he's in a weird spot because, like, so many people have had strong opinions about him for such a long time. And then it makes people a little guarded and a little bit defensive and stuff. But I mean, if you talk to Lucas, like, he's chill. He's not, I don't think he's trying to, like, do anything nefarious. Like, I just don't see that in him. He's chill, man. Two men that I've at times tried so hard to dislike, and I just can't because I respect basically everything they do. What a dichotomy. Again, like, a lot of people want to dislike Lucas. I think less people want to dislike me. That's just because less people know me. Did a lot to show Lucas humility and not the cocky persona that seemed to come across in T-Rex videos. That Lucas, pretty solid guy, genuine care for others. Very open, honest, straightforward. I like it. Yes, Lucas has humility. I think he's recognizing, he does recognize that it's not like he has a clean rap sheet on this whole deal. Like, he did sign away his shit. He did. He made moves that put himself in a bad situation. He recognized, oh, I have fucked up a little bit here, and now he's making moves that are rectifying the situation to the strongest extent possible. That's how I see it. All right? But you can't do that without humility. You can't. Like, you have to recognize, like, I made choices that put me here. And he did. I think he does recognize that, and he's able to laugh about it a little bit already. So that's a real good sign, and it's very likable. Real respect for the growth of Lucas. Have always watched his content with a grain of salt and thought he was very aloof. But to see the humility has come out and his progression of growth through all this. We'll look forward to see what new products and growth comes from him, and I wish him and his family to be the very best for the future. Glad to see him being so strong through this whole situation. Yeah, he's got a backbone. He's got a backbone, and again, he's made moves here that I think the other side didn't really anticipate. And then if you go look at, let's go look at fucking T-Rex's YouTube channel. Are they even saying anything? Like, they can't. Like, he has devastated them so hard. I don't think they have a story that they can tell here. Like, what are they going to say?
Inspire.
Let's see what we got here. No, they have not. They posted their bullshit 11 days ago. Their 2-minute, 22-second statement. That's all they got. They're not saying anything on YouTube. Again, what are they going to say? I mean, I would not want to be their PR cat right now. Oh, man. I've really come to like Lucas in the last couple of weeks. If you read this, Lucas, sorry, dude, for my prior judgments. Also, kudos for having a strong, intelligent wife. She sounds awesome. Looking forward to seeing your business ideas grow over the next few years. Range idea sounds cool. As an overseas shooting enthusiast, I'd love to visit one day if you get the range thing going. See? Look at that. Ben, you're a real one for hosting Lucas. Thanks for keeping it real for the real ones. Well, yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's good. I think, again, Lucas does have a compelling story to tell here. And people want to hear it. So, of course, I want to talk to him. Brandon talked a lot of shit about Lucas, and Lucas didn't talk any about Brandon. Speaks volume about their characters. Yeah, and about the relative position, right? Like, who the fuck is Brandon Wambaugh that Lucas... No one gives a fuck about that guy. Who cares about him? Nobody cares about that dude. And that's not an attack on him. It's just fucking reality. It's like he's like, oh, shoot the guns and do this. Like, okay, like whatever, bro. That's fine. I have no hate on him either, but I don't really care that much about him. And then you look at, I mean, the statements that I have watched from him, it's weirdly, it's like he's weirdly moralizing about stuff that doesn't, it's like, it doesn't make any sense to me. He's like talking about his Christian values. It's like, okay, the family business is breaking up here. You're going this direction. Lucas is going that direction. You don't have to act like this is some like your Christian principles are like guiding you this way or some shit. It's like, what were you talking about? That kind of stuff. Okay, the collabo we didn't know we needed. Stagger Botkin content is going to eventually own the GunTube sphere. I doubt it, but yeah. This video made me way more of a fan than Lucas than I ever was before. Yeah. Yes. I hope he can keep learning and growing as a person. It can be hard to stand on business when you realize you've been wrong about stuff or might now be wrong about stuff, but Lucas is handling it well so far. Yes, to me, like Lucas's initial statement or like the 26-minute, or was it 35-minute video he put on YouTube, I sensed a lot of relief there. Like that was a big moment. It's almost like that if guys like decide like, hey, I need to get a divorce, and then they do it, and then they're like relieved after, or it's like in a bad employment situation and they punch out or something. It's like somebody's in a bad spot and they're kind of boxed in, and then you see them like find a path out and then execute. That's what it came off to me like that. I think this breakup is great for our community. Yes, it is. Conflict. It reveals character. That's why I don't mind a little bit of conflict now and again. It's good for you. A lot of people liking the range idea. Yeah, the range idea it's a good one. It makes sense. Like, hey, we should have ranges where you can go do the things. Like, obviously that makes sense. Now, there's tons of fucking issues with that. Tons. There's location, liability, laws, blah, 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 all this stuff. But if Lucas can navigate it and make it happen, why wouldn't people like that? The range idea is exactly what we want. Yes. Love the range idea. Much needed. Yes. Very, very good. A lot of people have hated on Lucas. I've always been a little indifferent to his personality, but that didn't take away from the useful videos, so I kept watching. However, nothing is more interesting than someone having a public relations redemption arc like this. Gotta respect the dude's positions from what I'm seeing. Good on him. Yes, Lucas, like I said, I'm not trying to blow smoke up his ass, but it's like, look at his position. Like, read it like a chessboard and look at the position he's in. This is his legal situation, financial situation, family situation, the business set, all this stuff. And then there's a public relations aspect to it. And he like read it and he's like, okay, this is the play. Punch out of here, take some employees with me. There's no non-compete. Go do this, like as far as to the public sphere, like putting out his story. Yeah, like that was the play for him. But none of this is easy. Like, don't kid yourself that any of that shit was easy. Like, there's a lot of people getting hurt with this. He's taken a lot of shit about it. All of these things, but it's the best move for him and probably like long-term the best move also for the employees, because otherwise they'll just like, I think, slowly get choked out at T-Rex. Good to see him smile and laugh again. Yes. God bless both of you, and I'm looking forward to the goals you and your wife make a reality in the future, Lucas. Yes. Yes. You know what? I think this is a good spot to leave it. And I think it was, I enjoyed the interview, obviously, and I think the audience did. It was a good conversation. And like I said, I love these situations because, like I said, in a couple years, we're going to look at the scoreboard and we'll see what's going on with all this. And we'll see how this all shakes out. It should be exciting.